Hey, Soraya, it's Tima.
Hey Tima, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Hi Fran.
Hello.
Hey, Fran, it's Tima. Fran,
Yes.
I was going to present tomorrow, but I understand that it's the day before an election, and I'm wondering if it's better if I do it in July.
Well, here's my thought. I am going to be gone tomorrow, and Deborah and Nick are co-chairing the meeting. I'm flying to shoot for my mother's 99th birthday out of state.
Congratulations.
Thank
Mazel
you.
tov. Yeah.
Yeah, I want those jeans. Uh,
Yeah.
Deborah, I already saw the agenda.
She put it on there, but I had talked to her and I said, look, I don't know. First of all, I want you to be there. Second of all, I do feel like it's going to be a sparsely attended event because of the elections.
I agree. I
Okay, then I'm gonna send a kind note to Deborah and just let her know I'm gonna come back in a month, the next month, with
Perfect.
yeah.
We'll do it in July.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I
Okay?
mean, look, there's no rush, but I would like to do it in July. You
Okay,
know?
perfect. That's fine.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yep. Hi, Soraya.
Hi Fran, good to hear from you.
You too, sweetie.
Hello, Franny. Whoa, is that me?
Yeah, that's you.
That's crazy. Whoa. Okay.
You really are from another planet.
Yeah, that is wild. Hold on a second. Whoa. All right. All right. Did that work? No. How about this?
Good.
Thank God. Oh, hi, Mark. Hi, Kenya. Wow. Hi, everyone. This is fantastic. Hi, sir. Look at this. We got 7 people. Love this. All right. Let's see if we can start at the proper moment. Hold on one second. All right. Oh, hello, dogs. Hi, Mark. Nice to see you. Hi, Kenya. Hi, Richard. Thank you all. Who do we have? Oh, Jim is here. Hi, Richard. Thank you for being here. Thank you all. Hi, Tima.
Hey,
You,
David. I'll go on camera in a moment.
you are indeed extraordinary.
If I get to rename myself.
You do, and you should. I see both Clark and Jim. Let me see if we can promote them to panelists. Is Soraya here? Soraya, can we promote those two? Because believe it or not, I believe we have 10. We're waiting for one person. Who are we missing? Oh, we can make fun of Gary if he's the last one. We're going to try to set a record. We're going to try to set a record here. Okay. Thank you. And you guys, thank you all. I know this is a pain in the behind. We'll try to do it as expeditiously as possible. I don't know whether it will work ultimately, but we shall see. All right. We have 10. Let me text Gary.
Good sign.
Okay. Texted Gary. Hello, Esteban. Whoop. Hi, Jim. Whoop. Strange. Now we have 9. We had 10 a second ago. Who did we lose?
Kenya. Oh no, she's there.
Kenya, Clark, Richard. Hi, Clark. Thank you for being here. Franny's here. Ray's here. Jim's here. Mark's
It
here.
looked like we had two Davids for a second there.
Oh, is that what it was? That may have been my
It looks like we have Gary and Ted now, so we should be good
All
to
right.
go.
Promote them, and I will call the meeting to order at 6:32. Tima, go ahead. Let's take that roll.
All right, give me one moment. Let me jump to my roll count. Here we go. Okay. David,
I am here.
Gary,
Here.
I am here.
Ted.
Helen, we gotta mute some people.
Someone might want to mute. Yeah.
Helen, not here. Mark,
Here.
Soraya,
Here.
Erica, not here. Allie, not here. Brennan, absent. Fran,
Here.
Clark,
Here.
Jason,
No.
not here. Jim,
Here.
Joseph, nope. Kenya, nope.
No, she's
Lisa?
here. You need to unmute, Kenya.
Oh, if Kenya, you're here?
It just was for a second.
Yeah, I see her. She just needs to unmute. Go back to her.
Okay, Lisa?
No.
I'm here. Kenya's here.
Gotcha, Kenya. Thank you. Lisa?
No.
No. Nico? Nope. Richard?
Here.
Sarah? Nope. Ted?
I'm here.
And Yolanda. Not here. I have one, two, three.
Allie is here also. Let me promote her to panelist. She was here, but
I'm here.
there we go.
Okay, Allie's here.
Sorry.
That's 12 people. That's a quorum.
Terrific. That is a quorum. Okay.
Yay.
Very quickly, does anybody have any declarations of ex parte communications or conflicts of interest or recusals to mention?
No.
Hearing none, we're going to move on to new business. This is
David, I'm just
What?
going to say, look out for Yolanda and for Nico in a minute, I think.
Sure. But we've got 12, so
Yeah, sure.
we're great. So just a quick explanation in terms of new business. There are two items. The first is whether to appoint Soraya as the alternate signer pursuant to the funding program policy 1.04A. And then the second issue is whether to remove Lisa Redmond as a second signer and appoint Jim Fitzgerald as a second signer pursuant to the NC funding program. I think, based on an email from Lisa, this all has come to a head over the Venice Heritage Museum issue. The board approved $5,000. We properly reallocated that money. The only thing that needs to happen is that that application be filed through the portal, along with what's called a board action certificate, which needs to be signed by the treasurer and the second signer. Thus far, neither the treasurer nor the second signer have submitted that documentation, despite multiple requests from me to Helen and also a couple from me to Lisa. Let's talk about these. Let's talk about A first. Is there any public comment on item A?
Can you repeat which that is, David?
Sure. That is simply appointing Soraya as an alternate signer. Now,
Okay, got it.
Explain what that, very briefly, what that is you are allowed to have both a second signer and an alternate signer. This was supposed to be done, I say this very respectfully to all of you, at the beginning of the fiscal year, and it didn't get done. You just appointed Helen and Lisa, so there is no alternate. So the first order of business is at least to try to appoint an alternate signer, which is Soraya has agreed to do it. If somebody else would prefer to do it, we can amend that. But right now, this is only, by the way, effective till the end of the fiscal year, which is tomorrow, and then we've got to do this all over again in July.
Okay. I'm happy to make the motion.
Terrific.
I'll
Great.
second it.
Okay.
I will second Allie's motion.
Thank you. We have a motion from Allie, a second from Ted. I'd like to have quick public comment. I see Natasha, if you want to raise your hand, if you want to comment, and if not, I see nothing. Let's move on to board comment. Is there any board comment? I see none. So we can move directly to a vote on item 3A, which is appointing Soraya the alternate signer. Go ahead, Timo.
Okay. Gary?
He must be muted.
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
I vote yes. Helen? Oh, no, sorry. Mark?
Yes.
Soraya?
Yes, if I'm allowed to. Yes.
Yes,
Allie?
you are.
Yes.
Clark?
Yes.
Fran?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Kenya?
He's muted.
Kenny, you need to unmute.
I'll go to Richard.
Yes.
Ted?
Yes.
Kenya's a yes.
Okay, thank you. And David, you can abstain.
I can abstain. Terrific. That motion carries. Now, look, in terms of the second motion, Lisa indicated to me that she had not failed to be responsive and was willing to carry out her duties, but wanted to do due diligence by speaking with the city clerk tomorrow. I am willing to not go on to remove her, which could be heavy-handed or not, I think, depending on how she acts, or whether she acts. The problem is that even with a second signer, you're supposed to do trainings, and I have to tell you, it's unclear that the clerk would allow a new second signer without the trainings to actually sign off on the board action certificate. That's something I'm willing to ask them tomorrow, given the circumstances. Do you guys, let's take 2 seconds. Oh, Yolanda is here and Nico are here. I see them. Let me promote them to panelists.
David,
I'm
can you have public
sorry,
comment?
I'm sorry I have to go. Can I please speak?
Yep.
This is Kenya Lee.
Yep.
I move the call the question. Can we vote on
I
this?
second
I
it.
think that
You do want to vote on it.
yes, I do.
I would like to make a quick amendment, if it's okay, to replace Jim with Gary. And the reason for that is Gary did do the financing, did the finance training. So he would be in a slightly better position.
I'll second that amendment.
Terrific. So
Can we have like questions, board
yep,
questions? Yeah.
first we need to do a quick
Public comment.
Quick public comment.
Yeah.
Natasha, seeing nothing. Okay, board comment. Go ahead, Ally.
It's not a comment, it's a question.
Sure.
Are we in some kind of a time crunch in terms of them
Yes.
getting the money? What is that
Yes.
time crunch? That's what I'd like to know.
Tomorrow. I would never have done this to you, but tomorrow at 5 o'clock is the end of the fiscal year. That's why I've been pushing this so hard, because the whole
And
thing
what
is
would
that they're
they get
running out of
tomorrow?
stock.
The 2,900 or all
No, we
$5,000?
approved 5,000.
And
5,000.
so that could all happen by tomorrow.
It needs to happen by tomorrow or it dies, which is why I'm doing all of this. I'm trying to keep it from dying.
And what happens to the money if it doesn't go out tomorrow?
It does not get allocated. It will, I believe, we will be able to roll it over, at which point we'll have to start all over and reallocate it in the new fiscal year in July.
And in that, could it be like in the first week of July if necessary to
We could
allocate
call
it?
a special meeting.
Or does
if
it have to
we
be the
did
end
it,
of the
or
year?
we would just do it at the regular meeting.
So they'd have to wait till July to get the
They have
funds
to
is
now-
the issue as opposed to.
They have
We
to
would
wait till
then have to
almost
take it over.
August, Ally. Not
Mhm.
July,
So-
almost
So
August.
just to explain to everyone, I know this is a bit less formal than our normal call on everybody, but just to explain, this is the reason that I've pushed this. I apologize to all of you. I know how much time this has taken, but that's why. Richard, I see you, and Clark, I see you.
Can I ask
David, just
one
to be
more
clear,
question? I'd like to ask
wait,
another
Dave,
question
wait, point
after.
of information really quickly. David, just to be clear, Kenya got off of another board meeting to get onto this quickly.
She
That's
can
why
go.
she
We
needs
have
to
a
go.
quorum. We have a
Okay.
quorum without her. Go ahead, Kenya.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kenya.
Thank you.
Let Ally give me 1 second. Let me have
Yeah,
Richard
just
speak,
whenever.
and then
I just
Clark,
have
and
one
I'll
more
come back to
question.
you.
Or they may ask the same
Sure.
question.
Go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, I just wanted to correct what you said. The fiscal year ends June 30th, but June 1st is the last time that a neighborhood
Sorry.
council can request payment. So
That's correct.
that's just a
I'm
minor
so sorry.
correction.
Richard is 100% right. The fiscal year officially ends, but tomorrow at 5 o'clock is the last time we could submit this request.
But we could submit it on July 1st.
In July. We could
Okay.
submit it again in July. Go
And then
ahead,
they
Clark.
would get it at the end of July?
They would get it when the process was
Okay.
finished. Go ahead, Clark. I see you, and I see Nico as well.
Did we not call the question?
We're having a comment after the question was called. Your
Okay,
Honor.
if you want to call, if you want to
Wait,
call the
point
question,
of information, David, doesn't calling the question change the percentage voting?
yes, it requires a two-third. It requires two-thirds.
So let's not
and
do that.
Who made that motion?
Kenya.
Kenya,
She's not-
but
I made the motion. I'm
She's
still
not
here.
here.
I made the motion.
Okay, do you want to withdraw that, Kenya, quickly?
Yeah, I guess I can withdraw it.
That'd be great. Because otherwise we have to take a vote on that. It requires two-thirds.
Right.
And by the time we're done, I think we can be through with this. Clark, go ahead, please.
In my view, this is a very minor procedural matter. Let's wrap it up tonight and put in Gary, especially since he's willing to do it and has the training, and let's get this thing behind us.
Okay.
Yes.
I hear you. Nico?
Yeah, I apologize for being late. I was just wrapping something up, but I'm just curious if I missed anything as far as explaining why we're having to do this, if that was explained in the beginning.
I gave a very brief explanation that thus far the BACs have not been signed, and there's no indication from Helen that they will be. And yes, I did explain.
The only thing that
Go ahead,
I'm
Al.
sorry. The only thing that you have to explain what you said to me though, David, which was when, when Lisa found out about this, she had not read her emails. She
Correct.
said
Well, they
that,
were
but
on the email.
wait 1 second. Let me just finish. She hadn't read her emails. And so I feel a little funny, to remove her as the signer if that's in fact in good faith. And she could vote in July. I don't know.
She's supposed to be reading her emails.
Yeah,
I will only point out. I
oh,
will
no,
only
what the hell?
look. I will only point out one thing on this subject, which is that two other things that were also on the agenda seem to have been submitted. I don't know whether I was not privy to whether they were signed, but I can tell you that they were appropriately submitted, and this was not.
Yes, they were.
As they were signed, Yolanda.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't do that. I'm too scared to do that.
So all I am saying is,
And
Allie, I'm
can I
sympathetic.
ask when that happened, Yolanda? I just want to know, did she have an opportunity last week to reach out to the city attorney about the issue, whether
This would be the clerk.
the clerk? Yeah. Did she have the opportunity to do that? When did you send her an email about it? I'm trying to be fair. That's all I want to understand.
You're not supposed to respond to the emails that the president says. It says it very clearly. It's her responsibility to do that.
I'm saying, but when did that go out, David? Did she have time to reach the city clerk?
Okay, hold on. Let's, Allie.
That's what I just want to know.
It's okay. I just want to keep some semblance of question and answer time. I see Jim's hand and Nico's hand, so I want to.
Okay.
Let me
just answer it at some point. That's all.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
The timeline is
And Gary's hand.
and Gary. The timeline, and then we will hopefully. We still need to vote on the amendment and then on the motion
Okay.
The timeline, as best I can offer it, is on several occasions, at least a week and change ago. On two occasions, I asked Helen to please take care of this. I did not hear back from Helen at all. I followed up with two emails, this time to Helen, one to Helen and one to Lisa. That was on Thursday, I believe.
Needs to mute.
Somebody needs to mute.
I think that's Ted.
Ted, can you mute?
Thanks. Thanks, Ted.
Somebody else. I think Mark. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all. Very briefly, I believe it was Thursday night. I sent another email that very uncharacteristic, in which quite uncharacteristically, I directed them to do this. I said, and I functionally said, you're thwarting the board duly passed this. You're thwarting the will of the board. It's not appropriate. Please submit the BACs. I heard nothing. On Saturday, I sent a follow-up that said, I am once again clearly directing you to do this. If I don't hear from you by 10 a.m. on this must have been Friday, by 10 a.m. on Saturday, I will be forced to call a special meeting to remove Lisa and appoint a second signer. I heard nothing from Helen, from either of them, I think by the deadline, but I heard from both of them later. One was from Lisa saying, well, I don't get my email. I keep it separate. I'm a volunteer, and I'm not required to do this. And I responded to her at some length saying, I understand that. You've always been extremely responsive. And I am concerned that two other things did in fact get passed. And I'm confident that you were aware that this was on the agenda. Helen sent me a one-line email essentially saying, I will deal with this not signed. I intend to ensure this never happens again by dealing with the city clerk, but no indication that she would sign. And the implication to me, at least, was that she did not intend to, but rather that her position was that I was inappropriately asking her to violate her fiduciary duty or something. So that's the timeline as best I can reconstruct it. I can go back and look at emails. Jim, I see you. Nico, I see you.
I just want to say really quick, I think we should all just, as a board, set aside whether Lisa's acting in good faith or not, because we want the museum to get the money. Gary's here, he's willing to do it. I don't see any damage in switching the name over to Gary to get this done. We can talk with Lisa afterwards, and I can we can apologize to the fact, but let's just get the money across.
Thanks. Nico, go ahead. And then I'll come back to you, Ali, in case you have any further questions.
Well, I mean, I actually like what was just said. Although what I'm going to say is very different. I have a couple things to say. One, obviously, first of all, David and I spoke a little bit earlier today, so I know I knew this coming into this meeting, what was going on. I just want to point out that when Lisa was up to get this signer position, I spoke very loudly against her getting it because she and Helen had pulled a very similar stunt, and I felt it was completely inappropriate for people who want to thwart the will of this board.
Oh, what was that, Nico? What was that?
When Lisa was originally appointed, we all voted on it, and it passed obviously because she was assigned. But this is not the first time, which is why I voted no the first time and why I spoke against her having this. So I really support this. Regardless, I agree with the previous comment that regardless, whether it's intentional or not, we just need to get this done. Obviously, the response is not coming through. But I think we need to take a much bigger look in the future, going down the road about what is going on, because, in my opinion, these are people who are intentionally trying to thwart the will of this board and thereby not listening to stakeholders, because we were all elected. And for the two of them to sit here and say they know better than the rest of us is complete garbage. And it pisses me off.
Okay.
So
Thanks,
that's all I have to say.
All right. I appreciate it. Ali, I want to come back to you. I know you have another question.
Wait, I have my hand up also, David.
Oh, I didn't see you, Gary. I'm so sorry. I must not have scrolled down. Gary, go ahead. You haven't spoken.
Okay. This is my take. Look, last week, Soraya, myself, and Ali were scrambling to do something because a duty that was given a week earlier was not done. And then when we did get it done, a certain person then got sick suddenly before a meeting. Okay. That's one. Secondly, I don't agree with a lot of stuff. This is literally the definition of ministerial. It was passed. The job is to sign it and make it happen, not make it happen for any reason. To say, oh, I didn't see my emails, when, let's be honest, we know that's what they do on Friday nights. Next, I'm going to say on top of that, this is literally, I don't agree with the board oftentimes. That's not the job. The board, the stakeholders, that is the job. Once it's done, once it's approved, the job is to get it done as fast as possible. That's not happening here. And you'll notice who's not on this special meeting.
Gary,
again.
you guys, I'm going to try. Look, it's a complicated thing because we're speaking about another board member specifically, but let's try to still be respectful and not and sort of not go too far down that road.
I actually thought that was
respectful. Answer Ali's question, and I do want to make one other point. I want to make sure you all understand. Even doing all this, it may not work. I will call. I've committed to calling the city attorney first thing tomorrow. Excuse me, not the clerk, to see whether if we do this, they would then waive the requirement of the training. They may or may not, but I don't want you all to have too much, fault. I don't want to give you false hope. There are hurdles to overcome, but I do think I'm one of those people who tries to get one thing done at a time, so that ideally we can move forward. Whether we get there or not, I don't know, but that's my view. What I would suggest, Clark, I will recognize you, and then what I'd suggest is that we take a vote on the amendment and then move on to public comment and board discussion of the main motion. Go ahead, Clark.
I support David's comment. Call the question. Let's vote on this thing.
Okay.
It's not It's debating. This is a tiny little thing. Let's get past it.
Okay. Terrific. Seeing no other board comment, Timo, let's vote on the amendment first. Then we will very quickly open up public comment for the main motion, and then we'll go ahead and do that. But
and the amendment is just changing it to Gary?
Yes, from Jim Fitzgerald to Gary.
Yep.
And the reason, and the proffered reason is that Gary's done the financial training.
Yep.
And Jim had not. So go ahead.
Okay. This is the vote on the amended motion to change it from Jim to Gary. Gary.
Assuming Gary can vote, my answer is yes.
Okay. I vote yes. Mark.
Mark, you're muted.
Let me see if we can unmute Mark.
Soraya.
Yes.
Allie.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Mark is back.
Mark is yes. Fran.
Thank you, Mark.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm looking at all the names and
I think Jim is next.
Jim, that's right. Sorry, Jim.
Yes.
I've abbreviated everyone. That's why. Jim.
I'm a yes.
Kenya, if you're here. Kenya's absent. Nico.
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Ted.
Yes.
Yolanda.
Yes.
David.
I will abstain. The amendment carries, and I'd like to open this up very quickly just so we move forward to public comment on the main motion. Seeing none, is there any board comment on the main motion? I feel we've done a pretty good job of discussing this.
I just have one question. What is
Yes.
the percentage of people that have to say yes? Is it just 50?
It is
Not 2/3.
No, that is correct. It is a
Okay.
simple majority of the quorum. So
Cool.
that would be 6 in this case.
Gotcha.
Okay. And by the way, Allie, for future reference, that's a perfect point of order. That
A
question.
point of order. Thank you,
You
sir.
got it. No problem. You're doing great. Okay. Seema, let's go ahead and call the roll.
Gary.
Yes.
I vote yes. Mark.
Yes.
Soraya.
Yes.
Allie.
Can you call me last, please?
No problem. Clark.
Thank you.
Yes.
Fran.
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
Kenya's absent. Nico.
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Ted.
Yes.
Yolanda.
Yes.
Allie.
Then I can abstain. I'm going to abstain. Thank you.
And David.
And I will also obviously abstain. So
Okay.
nonetheless, the motion carries and is passed. That is that was the motion to remove Lisa as a second signer and appoint Gary Pearl as second signer pursuant to the funding program. Very briefly, before you guys sign off, is there any general public comment from our loyal Natasha? And this would be on non-agenda items. Seeing no hands, folks, at 6:57, I am calling an adjournment. I thank you for your time. I very much appreciate it. I apologize that we are in this situation, but I cannot tell you how grateful I am that you all showed up and took care of business. I feel like things are getting better every meeting. So
I will take
enough.
a picture of the voting so you can have it immediately, but then I will post the minutes later tonight.
That's terrific. Tima, thank you, and thank you for your help. Good night,
Thanks,
everyone.
Tima.
Good night.
Enjoy your Sunday.
Bye, guys.
Thanks all
Night.
for making the
You
time.
have a great night.
Everybody.
Thank you,
Good night, all.
David.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.